and gentlemen, to our show already in progress. Folks, my first guest tonight is a Democratic senator from California who was running to be the next president of these United States. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Senator Kamala Harris. It's really nice to have you back. Thank you so much for being here.
It's great to be back with you, Stephen.
This third time.
Yes, it is.
The third time.
It is. It's
now, the first two times I had you on here, we had a lovely time talking to you. Fun yet substantive.
Yes.
But that was before you had declared.
That's correct.
Last time here, I asked you if you were going, you were like,
I might.
And then you did.
I did.
And then you did. So, as a candidate, what is different for you now that it is official? What is different about, well, do you have to behave in any different way?
Well, everything and nothing has changed. Everything has changed in terms of just, you know, time on the road and
level of scrutiny,
level of sleep.
It's a long election.
All of that,
you gotta pace yourself.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also, you know, I always say that in campaigns, you meet the angels walking among us. You know, you meet people that you might, if we lived 1,000 years, maybe we'd meet these folks who are just doing incredible work in their communities without any expectation of fame or notice. Just, you know, I met a woman in South Carolina. There's a street there called Lady Street. You know, you're from Lady Street.
A lot of streets in South Carolina. I'm not sure if I know that street.
But I know you know South Carolina. So Lady Street, okay? And every merchant, with the exception of one, is a woman. And I meet this one woman, and she has a vintage clothing store. Why? Well, because she grew up in foster care. For a time, she was homeless. She then, you know, made an incredible success out of herself, and she had never until then worn clothes firsthand. So she decided to have this vintage store where the proceeds go to young women in the community who are going for job interviews for the first time or going to work and they don't have suits and clothes. Incredible, incredible kind of people. I'm telling you.
Today, now, Donald Trump said he won't work with Dems until all investigations end.
Yeah.
You're on the Senate Intelligence Committee. Are you guys going to end the investigation?
No.
Okay.
Can we talk for a moment about this?
Yes.
Let's just talk for a moment about this. So he's going to hold America's infrastructure hostage.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Over the issue of the investigation.
Right.
So let me just tell you again, traveling the country, Stephen, almost half of American families are a $400 unexpected expense away from complete upheaval, right? $400 unexpected expense could be the car breaks down or a hospital bill you didn't see coming. Do you know how much it costs to get 4 tires in America these days on average?
It depends on whether they're a really good tire.
Yeah, but about $400. Why do people need new tires? Because the roads are falling apart. So when we talk about, if you want to talk about a representative government and shouldn't leaders lead on behalf of the people as opposed to self-interest, then you just connect all the dots. Right now, families are suffering.
Okay, but let me take the devil's point of view here.
Okay.
Is that if that's true, then just pause the investigations and get the infrastructure done. He'll still be corrupt later.
Right. No. This is a false choice. We cannot abandon our democracy for the sake of appeasing somebody who is completely focused on his interests only.
Now, one of the investigations that has him particularly in high dudgeon is the Senate Intel Committee, as I said before, that you're on.
That's right.
The chairman of the committee, Senator Burr of North Carolina.
Yes.
He issued a subpoena for Don Jr.
Correct.
Which surprised a lot of people because not a lot of Republicans have a spine. And they worked out a deal where Don's going to come in, right? Come in. You guys are going to talk to him behind closed doors and limited time or something like that. What you know, it's not closed doors here. What would you like to ask him? Can you let us know some of the things you'd like to ask Don Jr.?
I mean, I think what everyone here is going to want to know is when he took that meeting, one, why didn't he walk out when it became clear that there was a foreign adversary who was trying to manipulate and interfere in the election of the President of the United States?
I can
so
answer
why
that
didn't he
one.
why didn't he walk out?
I can answer that one because I can answer that one because he knew it was a foreign adversary giving dirt on an opponent from the email before he ever went in. He walked in knowing what it was.
I agree with you. And so the question becomes then, who did you tell? And did you tell your father?
What about Trump Tower? Because he testified that I didn't really know. Didn't really know.
We need to know all of that. And I agree with you. We need to know all of that.
Do you think you're going to get answers?
Look, you know what, though? But that being said, I think that Bob Mueller gave us answers. There are, in that report, at least 10 specific incidents where we know that there was obstruction of justice. It is my firm belief that the only reason he did not return an indictment is because of that Office of Legal Counsel opinion, and it's an opinion, not the law, an opinion.
He cites it.
Right, and he cites it. And I think that what on this subject we should do is rely on those almost 1,000 former members of the United States Department of Justice who have essentially said, but for that memo, that opinion, an indictment would have been returned, that the evidence here is sufficient to sustain an indictment.
Are you guys going to talk to Mueller? Are you
I hope that we can get him in front of us, but you know what, even if he does not come in front of us, there is sufficient basis, there is a sufficient basis to know that there is enough there to return an indictment, but for that Office of Legal Counsel's opinion.
What do you think of Chairman Burr's leadership so far?
You know, I think that I serve on many committees. I'm on Judiciary, I'm on Intelligence, Homeland Security, and Budget. Of all the committees, and frankly, of all of the open conversations I've had since I've been in the Senate, the most bipartisan thus far is the work that happens in the Senate Intelligence Committee. And frankly, I think part of the reason is that when we get in that SCIF, which is the name of a very tightly sealed and closed-door room, you know, people take off their jackets and have real conversations about national security in a way that always should occur in a nonpartisan way. So that has been the way that it has worked so far, and it is my hope that it will continue to be nonpartisan in the way we conduct ourselves.
Well, we have to take a little bit of a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back with more of Senator Kamala Harris.